What is going on, everyone? It is Andrew from Magic Nation again. So I'm posting up a brand new video regarding a new topic, which is just shortly after the video I just recently posted up, or hopefully was going to, regarding the banning situation and the fallout. That yes, the fallout has begun, and Wizards of the Coast has officially taken over and taken place of the Rules Committee, and also now have officially taken over Magic the Gathering's, the Commander format, essentially. Now, a lot of people feel like that, yes, this is a victory, and I'm sure that Pleasant Kenobi, if you're out there watching this, you feel like that to you and your mindset that people think that this is a victory. It is by no means any stretch of the imagination a victory for anyone. We don't know what the future holds for the Commander format, period, since they have just announced what do you call it, power tier brackets or what have you. I read a little bit of the article just at face value, and I was like, really? This feels like it feels like you're prepping for the SAT score, the SAT test. What the heck, man? Come on. So, I honestly am not sure how I feel about this whole tier system based off your power level of your deck and how you constructed it, whether if it's comparable to a pre-con, to a kitchen table at home deck, to a high performance competitive level. What in blazes? Really? WotC? Really? I can't kind of wrap my mind or thoughts about this, but I'm starting to get a feeling that there's going to be even more confusion going forward, that Wizards and or WotC, they feel like that, you know, they can control everything. They can control things up to a certain point, and then it is up to the players to decide, honestly. But how things will pan out for the Commander format as a whole. But will we, the players, actually be heard? I kind of doubt it. We can make suggestions in their Discord or their Twitch server, I guess. But I honestly don't think they're going to listen. At least not 100% of the time. Let's be brutally honest with each other. Since this moment happened. And I really don't think that... I wouldn't say the future is dark for Commander as a whole. I would say that it's in a state of mourning, to say the least. I think eventually that things will pop back up. I think the tide will start rising at some point. Even when people think that it's the end, it's not. It's not going to be the end. The Commander format as a whole may take a brief hiatus. Who knows? But I always feel like that Commander will be a social format, to say the least, and should be rightfully so treated as such. Competitively, yeah, here or there, yeah, I could dig it. I mean, there are maybe a few local game stores within the San Antonio area that I know of, at least to my knowledge, that do have like a day or a night or evening set aside for Commander only. Others, they just do it casually. So it all depends on where you want to go to play Commander and who you want to play it with, I guess. I just feel that at some point, I don't think the Commander format is going to die out completely. I don't think it's going to implode. I think it may kind of like go dormant, to say the least. Like, like let's say the changing of the seasons, and you're doing a landscape project, and it's getting, the temperatures are dropping from fall to winter, and your grass is looking like it's dying, or I mean your lawn, your backyard, your front yard, it's looking like it's dying, and it's being frozen over. It's not necessarily dying, it's just waiting for that time to be revived once again, to have new life breathed into it. And just like that, we know, of course, that there is a particular Bible scripture that the tongue has the power to bring both life and death. So, and from that point on, you choose wisely. But again, this is just a game that we're talking about, a collectible card game that you play with other people that you get to enjoy or not enjoy or have any interest in it, period. So my final thoughts on this is that, again, if WotC can at least somehow, in some way, some fashion, actually listen to what the people, not just the people, players in this case, what they really want, which is to be heard and to be seen, then continue to speak up and speak out. Express your concerns and your feelings, but do not rebel in such a way that it'll cause, not chaos, but cause moments of inappropriate displays of public grief, to say the least. Or even moments of toxic behavior or inappropriate behavior, to say the least. I don't know how you want to put it. Just because or due in part of a decision that WotC would make because they turned a deaf ear to the vocalization of what you, the players, would want to happen for the format of Commander. So, my final thoughts on this. Express your opinions, your thoughts, your concerns. That's all well and good. And take these things to be take them to be wise, and realize that life and gaming is not a sprint. It's not to say, "Ooh, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna get to the finish line faster than you." Ha 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 ha. No. It is a marathon. It is like the children's storybook, The Tortoise and the Hare. Slow and steady wins the race. I know it sounds corny. I know it sounds even like countercultural, but it's the truth, folks. Slow and steady wins the race. Nice guys do finish last. And kindness wins all the time. Empathy wins all the time. And arrogance and delusion only win in the short game. Remember, you have one life, and one at that. So do something about it. Yes, I took that from Gary Vee, but I love the dude anyway. That was just a sidebar topic. So, going forward with the last portion of this topic of discussion, which is the future of Commander, I feel that that the future is bright. It's just going to take some time for the light to not be dimmed, but to be illuminated even more. However, I will say that Commander should not be WotC's only constant format and should not be eternal. It should be at some point separated, but integrated at the same time. You know, a kind of a juxtaposition, if you will. So that's why I see that Commander should always be kept as a social format plus a competitive and non-competitive, but they should never be split. They should never be split into two separate groups. No. At least not from my standing. I don't know. So that's why I don't always stick to Commander when I play Magic the Gathering. I typically play Commander, of course, or EDH, Elder, Highlander, Elder, Dragon, Highlander. Or I will play Modern, or I will play Vintage and Legacy and Pauper. Pioneer I have yet to get into. I would love to eventually get into a two-headed giant competition at some point. But I will say this much. Commander should never be seen as WotC's cash cow, even though they feel like that it is, and has been for quite a while in their eyes. And to me, it will never, ever be their cash cow, because eventually people will stop playing. Mark my words, people will stop playing Commander. And that's all I've got to say about that. So for right now, guys, this is my last video for the time being. Not on the channel, no. Regarding the situation and the fallout of the banning, and the actions that were taken. So again, let's show kindness to one another. Let's spur one another on. Let's stand and face the flames of life, because we also understand that we will not get everything in life. We will not. A lot of people say that the best things in life are free. No, they're not. They're not. And not everything is evergreen. Not everything will stay constant. Things will change. And so, point going forward is that if you don't embrace change, you will either be left behind, or you will be uninformed. Either uninformed, or you will be blindsided and say, what happened? You know, you'll have that moment like what just happened? You know, that sort of shell-shocked look on your face, I guess, or one's face. So just keep this in mind, folks. Magic the Gathering is just a game. Nothing more, nothing less. And again, it's not a viable investing tool. It's not. Never has been, never will. And it should not be seen as such. It's a game like chess, checkers, Monopoly, Clue, Scrabble. I digress. I could go on, but anyways, guys, this is Andrew Fitzsimmons from Magic Nation, signing out for right now. Everyone, as always, remember that Jesus is real, and as always, play something magical today. Peace.